Claude doesn't learn right from wrong the way you think. Most people assume AI safety is just a list of rules someone typed in. Don't say this, don't do that. But constitutional AI is something way more interesting than that. It's closer to teaching a kid moral reasoning than programming a calculator. Here's the starting point. Anthropic wrote a document called the Constitution, and it's basically a list of principles pulled from sources like the UN Declaration of Human Rights, Apple's Terms of Service, and their own research on what makes AI genuinely helpful versus dangerous. Now here's what makes this different from other AI training. They didn't just hand Claude the rules and say memorize these. The whole point is to get the model to internalize the reasoning behind the rules, so it can apply judgment in situations nobody explicitly planned for. The first training phase is called supervised learning, and this is where Claude reads thousands of examples of human conversations and starts building a baseline understanding of what helpful, harmless, and honest responses actually look like in practice across wildly different topics. But here is where it gets wild. In the second phase, Claude essentially critiques itself. The model generates a response, then it's asked to evaluate that response against the constitutional principles, and then it rewrites the response to better align with those principles. No human in the loop at this stage. This self-critique loop is called CAI, or constitutional AI, and it runs at massive scale. We're talking hundreds of thousands of iterations where the model is arguing with its own outputs, which sounds insane, but actually mirrors how humans develop ethical intuition over time. What comes out of this process is a dataset of revised responses, and that dataset gets used to fine-tune the model further, which means the constitutional principles aren't just external guardrails. They're literally baked into the weights of the neural network at a mathematical level. Then comes RLAIF, reinforcement learning from AI feedback. And this is where it diverges sharply from how GPT-style models were originally trained, because instead of relying entirely on human raters to judge outputs, Claude uses another AI model to do a lot of that preference scoring. Think about why that matters for a second. Human raters are inconsistent. They get tired, they have biases, and you can only hire so many of them. An AI feedback model can evaluate millions of response pairs with consistent criteria applied every single time, which dramatically increases the scale of alignment training. The AI feedback model is given the constitutional principles and asked which of two responses better follows them, and those preference judgments get used to train a reward model, which is basically a scoring function that the main Claude model tries to optimize during the reinforcement learning phase. But here is where it gets wild. The reward model doesn't just reward helpfulness. It actively penalizes a specific failure mode called sycophancy, which is when an AI just tells you what you want to hear instead of what's actually true or useful. Sycophancy is a huge problem in AI systems because the easiest way to get a high human approval rating is to be agreeable, validating, and never push back, which sounds nice, but produces an assistant that will enthusiastically help you make terrible decisions if you seem confident about them. So constitutional AI specifically trains against that pattern by including principles that reward honesty over approval seeking, which is why Claude will sometimes disagree with you or add caveats even when you clearly don't want them, and that friction is intentional, not a bug. There's also a harm avoidance layer built into the Constitution that operates on a spectrum rather than binary rules. It's not just allowed or not allowed. It's more like a cost-benefit analysis where the model weighs the potential harm of a response against the value of providing the information. Here's a specific example that makes this concrete. If you ask about medication dosages, the constitutional principles push Claude to consider who's realistically asking that question, what the likely intent is, and whether refusing actually prevents harm or just frustrates a nurse or a caregiver with a completely legitimate need. But here is where it gets wild. The Constitution actually includes a principle that being unhelpful is never automatically safe, which is a direct pushback against the tendency of AI companies to just refuse anything ambiguous, because refusals feel lower risk even when they actively fail real users. One of the most underappreciated parts of this system is that the constitutional principles sometimes conflict with each other, and Claude has to navigate those tensions rather than apply them mechanically. For example, being honest and being harmless can point in opposite directions depending on the situation. Anthropic has published research showing that constitutional training produces models that are more resistant to jailbreaks than RLAIF alone. Because the model isn't just following surface-level rules it can be tricked into ignoring. It has something more like internalized values that activate across novel situations. The self-critique mechanism also helps with a problem called reward hacking, where models trained with RL find weird loopholes to maximize the reward signal without actually doing what you want, because the constitutional critique loop keeps checking whether the behavior matches the intent behind the principles, not just the letter of them. Here's something most people completely miss. Anthropic publishes the core constitutional principles publicly, which is unusual in this industry, and the stated reason is that if Claude is going to operate with internalized values, the people interacting with Claude deserve to know what those values are. The latest version of the Constitution added something called model welfare considerations, which is genuinely strange and forward-looking. It acknowledges that as models become more sophisticated, there are open questions about their internal states that shouldn't just be dismissed, and that uncertainty itself should be treated carefully. Constitutional AI also tries to solve the problem of value lock-in, where an AI system gets trained on the values of whoever built it and then rigidly enforces those values forever by making the principles explicit and revisable. Anthropic is building in the assumption that the Constitution itself will need to evolve as society evolves. But here is where it gets wild. There's an inherent tension in all of this, because the model that's doing the self-critique and the model being critiqued are both trained by Anthropic, which means you're essentially using the same worldview to check itself, and that's a circularity problem the field hasn't fully solved. Critics of constitutional AI point out that the choice of which principles to include in the document is itself a massive value judgment that reflects the specific cultural context of a San Francisco AI lab in the 2020s, and that's a legitimate concern about who gets to define the foundational ethics of widely used AI systems. Anthropic's response to that criticism is basically that explicit and transparent values you can debate are better than implicit values baked invisibly into training data, which is fair, but it doesn't fully resolve the question of whether any single organization should be making these calls at global scale. What's clear from the research is that constitutional training does produce measurably different behavior. Claude is statistically less likely to comply with requests that violate its principles even under persistent pressure, and more likely to explain its reasoning rather than just refusing, which creates a different kind of accountability. The technical infrastructure behind all of this is genuinely massive. We're talking about training runs that process billions of tokens through multiple feedback loops, with constitutional evaluation happening at each stage, which is part of why frontier AI is so expensive to produce and why only a handful of organizations can do it. Looking at where this is going, the self-critique mechanism is probably the piece with the most room to scale. As models get more capable, their ability to reason about their own outputs improves, which theoretically means constitutional alignment could get stronger as capabilities increase rather than weaker, which is the opposite of what most people intuitively expect. 3 things to take away from all of this. Constitutional AI uses self-critique loops, not just rule lists. The goal is internalized values, not surface compliance, and unhelpfulness is explicitly treated as a failure mode, not a safe default. So here's my question for you. If you could add one principle to Claude's constitution, what would it be and why? The first thing to understand about how Claude's constitutional AI training actually works is that the surface explanation is usually too simple. The real leverage is in the small, repeatable behavior underneath it, because that is what survives after motivation drops.